Do you think Ganpati Visarjan should be done on an individual level? It is worth reflecting on why the Ganpati festival evolved from a private household ritual into a major community celebration. Ganpati festival and Visarjan, as a public gathering, were popularized by Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak in the late 19th century. Historical references, including Dhananjay Keer's biography Lokmanya Tilak, Father of the Indian Freedom Struggle, 1959, highlight that Tilak transformed the Ganesh Utsav in 1893 into a powerful instrument for unity during India's struggle for independence. Before Tilak's intervention, Ganesh worship was primarily a domestic affair, performed within families. Tilak brought it to the streets, establishing large public pandals, encouraging patriotic discussions, cultural programs, and communal solidarity. The 10-day festival thus became a platform for social awareness and national awakening. But the real question arises of Visarjan of Ganpati idol on Anant Chaturdashi. While the practice of Ganpati Visarjan, immersion of idols, has become central to the festival, it is important to note that such rituals are not prescribed in the Vedic scriptures like the Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, or Atharvaveda, or there is no mention of this very practice in any later Puranas. Tilak's vision required larger idols for public worship in pandals, and naturally, once the festival concluded, these idols needed to be respectfully immersed. Over time, this became a standard practice even at the household level. However, in modern times, the repeated creation and immersion of new idols have raised environmental concerns, polluting rivers and lakes, and, in some views, even diminishing the sanctity of the act. Can we not consider worshipping the same idol year after year at home? After all, devotees seek Lord Ganpati's presence in their daily lives. In traditional rituals, after puja, priests often recite. Other deities may return to their dham, but Ganesh, Lakshmi, Saraswati, and Kuber should remain in this house to bless the devotees. This itself suggests that Lord Ganesha's blessings are meant to stay, not depart. He is Vighnharta, remover of obstacles, accompanied by Riddhi Siddhi, Shubh Labh, bringing prosperity and auspiciousness to the household. Interestingly, in North India, just 6 weeks after Anant Chaturdashi, Ganesh is worshipped again during Diwali Puja, alongside goddess Lakshmi. This naturally raises a question. Are we overlooking deeper symbolic meanings? Is it time to rethink the essence of Visarjan in today's context, balancing devotion with environmental responsibility? Perhaps the true spirit of Ganesh Chaturthi is not in the immersion, but in carrying Lord Ganesh presence, wisdom, and blessings with us throughout the year.